Hello everyone, and welcome to Should You Bother for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is the newest Pokemon game from Nintendo. It's the newest mainline Pokemon game. The only other Switch games we have are Sword and Shield and Pokemon's Legend Arceus, which was kind of a side game. But this game just came out. It took me a little longer to do this review because I've now completed the game, the post game, and I'm at the kind of end game shiny hunting and like Terra Raid part stage of the game. So I'm gonna give my score. I'm gonna give this game a B, and it's a sad B, I would say. This game is some of the most fun I've had with Pokemon, especially the mainline games, in a long time. I play a lot of Pokemon Go. I like Legends Arceus, but they're not mainline Pokemon games. There's no gyms, there's no Elite Four, there's no becoming champion in those games. But this game is a mainline game that borrows from a lot of other things. There's raids like Pokemon Go and Sword and Shield. There's wild open areas like Legends Arceus with lock-on systems, and there's a lot of good from every Pokemon game, but it runs so bad. I mean, it's a slideshow at points. In gameplay, you'll see some of the cities and houses have textures worse than PS2 games. This game is so technically broken that it's unexcusable. This game would be an A or an S for me without the technical issues. I'm having so much fun with it despite the issues. I want to keep playing. I've completed the game. I'm about to get finish my Pokédex and get the shiny charm. But I'm having so much fun with it and I love it so much, but it's so frustrating how often it crashes when during online play. How just changing areas makes you go to 5 frames a second. The game doesn't look good unless it's the immediate surrounding area from you. Like off in the distance, everything looks terrible. There's a windmill in one city when you look at it. It literally is just going like the whole animation is just broken. This game is so broken that it's like you can't get it anything better than a B. It's so good. The game is fun. I've had so much fun. I like all the gyms. I like all the storylines. The open world Pokemon really, really works. Like truly open world and be able to challenge things anywhere you want is amazing. But the game is just so broken and undercooked. It's like I've seen other games on the Switch that look way better than this and run way smoother. So it's not a Switch problem. I know the Switch gets a lot of the blame because it's objectively the least powerful gaming console, even comparing it to PCs and stuff. It's just like it's not the best hardware, but this game runs far below the standard of this hardware. It feels like you're making this game, but playing it on something that it's not meant to be. It feels something's fundamentally broken that I don't think that updates are going to be able to fix. So it's just super sad. So to get into my pros and what I really love about this game is just the look, well, the intended look, I will say. The Pokemon textures are great. The world right around you is great. Everything 20 to 30 feet away looks terrible and is really glitchy, but what's immediately there shows the potential what they could have done. I think all the Pokemon in this deck are pretty interesting. A lot of the new ones, while they're silly, they lean into the silliness and they do a lot well with them. So I like the new Pokemon. I like the battling system. The kind of you can move your camera and it's not as static as it used to be. I really like the Terra Raid battles. I really like the co-op. I think being able to do 3 different stories in any order you want is very good. Being able to go wherever you want is very nice, and knowing where Pokemon spawn. Like if you want to find a Lucario, you go to a mountain like rocky area. If you want to find a Gyarados, you go in the water. It all makes sense, and the open world is very, very good in this game. The quality of life changes are very nice too. You can just remember forgotten moves. So if you want to get through something and skip learning a move, you can just go back and get it later. I know they're technically making the game easier this way, but I don't think anyone's really in it for the challenge in the single player side. I think the game really shines in shiny hunting and like end game progression. So this game really pushes you towards exploring, catching Pokemon, and beating gym members, which is kind of back to the fundamentals of the game. They borrow a lot from Legends Arceus. I feel like open world shinies. If you walk up to one, you'll just see it shiny. I have gotten 3 now. I finished the game and have grinded for about 12 hours post game, and I've gotten 3 all in the post game. The shinies I think are fair, but they're definitely not as easy as Legends Arceus, which is nice. I think they're a little too easy in that game. But just overall, the game does a lot well. It feels like Pokemon, the new Pokemon fit well. They have a very generous desk. It's 400 Pokemon. You get a lot of returning pseudo legendaries and a lot of favorite Pokemon. There's some that are left out, but 400 Pokemon is solid right now because I don't see them putting all 1,000 in. So the game is good for what it is, but like here comes the negatives. The negatives again technically runs terrible, looks pretty bad, when you're 20 feet away from the character. The lock-on system, where you're locking on individual Pokemon in the open world, was perfect in Legends Arceus, and it just doesn't work in this game. It's a nightmare getting locked on to the Pokemon you want to lock into. Um, Pokemon in the water and that fly are really hard to use the Let's Go feature, where you can send your Pokemon out to battle things like autonomously. They just won't go for things in the water or things in the air. It feels really clunky. While I really like the challenge the leaders and do all the titans and all that in whatever order you'd like, the map is laid out in a way that doesn't necessarily make you understand which way to go because the gym levels don't scale. If you go to the ice gym, which is the last gym, they're all gonna be level 50 Pokemon, even if you're level 1. So I wish there was some sort of path or some sort of idea of which ones you're supposed to do when, because I think I beat the 7th gym 4th, and I just grinded a ton to be able to do it because I thought that was the next gym. So it's a double-edged sword. I like being able to do it in any order, but I think they probably should have had the gym leaders scale to what you had. So, like, for instance, the bug gym is the first gym. Switch up the Pokemon and level them up if it's your last gym you try. It's just, I like it, but they could have done more with it. It's just the biggest thing, though, with this game is technical problems. Online's very fun, but you crash a lot. It's very unstable. And connecting the Terra raids, I have about a 50% success rate. I feel like I don't connect to half of them, and my internet is very good. I just think the online play is not where it needs to be. Um, this game is just a tale of a great game that was made terribly, and I really, really, really hope they can fix this with updates. But there's so much wrong. I think it's gonna be clunky to play. That being said, I'm still going to play it, and I think if you can get past technical issues, you'll have a lot of fun with this game. But if dropping frames and just the bad look from things in the distance is gonna bother you, I would probably stay away from this one and see if they fix it. But there's a lot of events. There's a 7-star Charizard raid coming out. There's going to be a lot of life to this game, I think. So, what do you think about Pokemon? Is the technical issues really ruining it for you? Because my cousin's a long time Pokemon fan. He sits right next to me. He loves the games, but constantly I'm looking over and he's commenting on it because it is really in your face how bad this game runs. So let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to leave a like, throw me a sub. I'll have more Pokemon content coming soon, and have a good day.